Welcome back to Trevor's Trains. The area that I'm working on at the moment is this far end of this spur that comes from my main layout coming down here. I've worked previously on a sort of a rural scene at this end of the station, but I've really been stumped as to what to do at this end of the station. Now, I've extended the platform out. The technique I've used on the platform is the one that I used in my video on how to make an inexpensive platform in TT. So that's how I've done that. But now I've got to work on this little space here. So these are the steps that I'm going to make. Over on my desk here, what I've done is I'm making some little steps. I've just made out a card, one layer at a time stuck there. And then what I'm doing here, it looks a bit uneven, but I'm just with a bit of paper here going to make a little side wall for the steps out of the station. And then I managed to buy this. I'm wondering, I might paint this. I'll see how we go on, to have this going round the edge of that particular area. So that's my step one. So as you can see, I decided to paint the fence. I think a white fence does look nice. It looks a bit smart. And this is the steps that I made. I tried to sort of make them look sort of quite worn steps. And I've got a little wall at the side. I bought these signs. They're officially 3mm TT. Got them from Sankey Scenics. I'm just going to, with my embroidery scissors, going to cut out a way out sign, because I think the advantage of having the white fence, let's make sure this is right, is that this would, a little way outside would really sort of stand out and have that little extra little bit of authenticity and a bit of interest. So let's just snip that. Here's my fence. Let's see how that would look on the fence. I'll need to get it a bit higher up, but I think just having that little sign there just adds a bit of something to it, doesn't it? Right, now I need to think about the rest of the area. So the fence is in place. I've got that fixed there and the steps going down. So we've got all that sorted. I've put a bit of cardboard around the edge of the area that I'm going to work, so that all the little bits that I do of scenics don't end up on the carpet. You might be interested in the foreground. I know I've not ballasted this area yet, but these two little trucks here were the original TT wasn't 120 back in the 50s, 60s. But just look at the comparison between that and the modern day proper scale. Just to bounce off the tracks there, you'll notice that our modern version is true to scale, while the TT that they made previously was that much wider and not true to scale. However, you can't use the two together because I tried using the joiners, but the couplings just didn't match up height wise. But now I'm going to go over here and do a little bit of a path coming down this area here and a little bit of ridges over here. So that's my next plan. So I've just put a bit of ordinary PVA on the cork and then just glued into place these little bits of polystyrene, which I'll cover with newspaper and paint, and then put some scattergrass on it and little bushes and shrubs, and I've got room there for my path. So I've put a bit of masking tape down, so this is where my path is going to be. So let's just get a little bit of the glue, PVA, just ordinary PVA I'm using here, and then that's where my path is going to be. Let's make sure I've got that well and truly, every bit of it covered. And then all I'm going to do, this is actually just here, it's just cement. So I thought actual cement would be the right colour. So I had a little bit of stuff that, let's just make sure I've got bits in there. So hopefully this will all dry. Just need to get rid of a few little lumps and bumps and crush down. And just maybe a little bit, if I can find something to scatter. Oh, it'll all get blown, sucked up in the vacuum. The bit that I don't need, I'll just brush it to make sure every last bit, and that's my path. The path is now dry, so I've just paper mache'd over the polystyrene, now just painted it the brown colour as a base, and then I can add the static grass and the scenic decoration, the shrubbery, just to make this area into a nice little walk away from the station. And here we have the finished scene. We've got the extended platform, we've got some milk crates waiting, some parcels, we've got some people there, a phone box, and then we've really got this area looking as a nice little way you could leave the station, even with the sign directing you. And I put a street lamp there and other things just to create this lovely little scene at the end of the line. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.